Hey guys, sorry about that. We've had some major technical difficulties this evening. Corey's having some issues, so it's just going to be me. And what a day, because today is my birthday, and it's a little stressful for my first live stream alone, but we're going to do this. So let's start off with something fun. The NFT giveaway that we did with Human001 from last Friday. We also had an issue with YouTube not displaying the entries correctly. So what we've decided to do is I have taken all the entries from Twitter, which I'll show you guys in a minute, and I have a wheel, everyone's name's there. I'm gonna click spin, and that's gonna be the winner. So thank you for the birthday wishes, Sean. All right, guys, so are we ready? I'm gonna share my screen. All right, got a lot of tabs going on here. Okay, here we go. All right, I want to make sure that everyone can see it. Now, we have 7 or 8 entries. This is all of the entries that I could grab from Twitter, people that left their ETH address. Again, YouTube wasn't displaying. I said that there were like over 11 comments, but I couldn't see them. So this was the most fair option that I could think of. So I'm going to spin. Good luck, everyone. Okay, the winner is JT Dixon. I feel like that's Tyler. All right, congratulations. You won. So I'm going to like your tweet, and then I will make sure that you get that NFT from Human001. So again, congratulations, JT Dixon 925. I'm going to actually click over to Twitter now to make sure that I like your response so I don't miss it. So I hope that everyone's been having a good day today. The markets have been crazy based on this China news. What's everyone doing? Are we holding strong? I know that I am holding for now. I am not a trader. I am an investor. So yeah, I'm sorry about that, Janelle. I really wish that I could give one to everyone, but that wasn't possible. So congratulations again to Tyler. I can't find his tweet right now, but I'll do that after the stream. So moving right along. All right, moving right along, we have a lot of news, but I'm going to try to condense it since it's just me. First, we'll talk about the markets today. Everything was down. Everything was down. So let's just skip right over to the next topic. We are going to go into Coinbase. I'm gonna have to share my screen. I keep forgetting that. Coinbase has decided that they are dropping the lending program. And we have an article here from Decrypt, if I can find it. All right. So Coinbase drops lend product plans after the SEC lawsuit threat. The program, which would provide 4% annual interest on USDC stablecoins, will not be launched. The gist, they've canceled the plans based on threats from the SEC. I have so many thoughts and feelings about this. I'm really disappointed, but again, I'm not surprised. And it just brings up the SEC is trying to intimidate the industry. Over the weekend on Friday, I think we had another situation where Celsius was served with some papers. And then today, I'm not sure if everyone's aware, there's a big conference happening in New York City, and it's called Mainnet 2021. Right before a presenter was due to go on stage, they were also served with papers from the SEC. This came out by a tweet. And someone tweeted, I will read it. Just witnessed a guy get served by the SEC at the top of the escalator at Mainnet 2021, right before going on stage for his panel. There are rumors of who it was, and people were trying to match panel times with possible individuals that could have been served these papers. The rumors were that it was Do Kwon. It hasn't come out exactly who it was. If it is him, I'm sure that he will make some sort of statement. Do Kwon is from Terra Luna. He is the CEO there and runs the show. They also have UST, which is, I think, the strongest case for a stablecoin besides USTC. So this is also concerning. Now, the organizer of, I'm going to stop sharing my screen on this, actually. The organizer for the conference, Mainnet 2021, was very upset by these events. And he put out a tweet thread, which I'm trying to pull up. He's actually, I think that he's actually going to run for office now based on the events of what happened today. Sorry. Okay. And of course I can't find that. Anyway, I will read this. 2 reasons why the SEC might do this. The target lives outside the US and is hard to serve at home, but the SEC knew that they would be an NYC, excuse me, and took advantage of the chance for personal service. And number 2, the SEC wanted everyone to see this happen live to send a message and or intimidate the industry. Again, this is disappointing on so many fronts. And tomorrow at 12 p.m., Gary Gensler will be speaking with the Washington Post about cryptocurrency. He has tweeted that information out. So I'm thinking that that will be broadcast live. Hopefully we'll be able to see that and see what it has to say. I don't think there will be any public questioning. I think it will just be like a Q&A with Gary Gensler and the Washington Post. The person that is actually holding this conference in New York today is Ryan Selkis. His Twitter account is 2BitIdiot. I'm still trying to pull up that thread because he had a lot to say about it. And I thought that I bookmarked it, but today was a busy day, especially with it being my birthday. Okay. He has also responded to Gary Gensler when he tweeted out that he'd be having this Q&A tomorrow. Ryan has said, we'll simulcast it at Mainnet 2021, the largest crypto event in the world this fall, if you and the Washington Post agree and would allow me to ask 3 questions. Safe to say that my company and I are experts that will give you a good but fair interview. I would love to see this. Ryan has now also said that he's running for Senate in 2024 after the events that happened today. So it's going to be really interesting. He tweeted out 4 hours ago, if you're wondering when I actually decided to run for Senate, it was when these explicitive came to my event, didn't buy a ticket, and served one of the speakers a subpoena. Enough talk, more rare on our out-of-control regulatory state. Selkis 2024, time to activate the crypto political machine. And for the record, we offered a ton of comp passes for regulators and congressional staff that wanted to learn more about crypto. My comment about not buying a ticket was in jest. They simply don't want to learn. They want to shut crypto down in the US, full stop. So he was obviously very upset by the events, and rightfully so, by the events that unfolded today. And I think that he's going to draw a powerhouse of supporters behind his run. We all know that with everything going on in crypto right now, everyone is banding together, no matter what side of the aisle that you're normally sitting on, because we all have one goal: to see crypto succeed successfully in the United States. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Then we had some other interesting news that I have briefly mentioned, that security watchdogs file orders against crypto lender Celsius. A news release published by the New Jersey government web portal indicates that the cryptocurrency lending platform Celsius has been sent a cease and desist order from the New Jersey Bureau of Securities. Furthermore, the Texas State Securities Board has ordered Celsius to appear at a hearing and is also threatening with the cease and desist. Regulators are not taking too kindly to platforms that offer high yield interest rates on various cryptocurrencies. Things are not looking good for us in this country. I'm just going to come out there and say it. It's not looking great. They do not want us making more money than we can make at a bank, which is really unfortunate, because the whole of the country is going to suffer at the hands of very few people. It will hold back the industry, and it will force projects, and not only projects, also a massive brain drain of talent out of this country, and possibly even citizens who are looking to continue with their investments, maybe even have a career change, but that just simply will not be possible if they live within the US. So US regulators from the Securities and Exchange Commission, politicians, and security watchdogs from single states have targeted centralized exchanges, decentralized finance, and more specifically, platforms that offer yields. In recent times, BlockFi had issues with regulators in New Jersey, Vermont, Texas, Alabama, and Kentucky. The state watchdogs had problems with the firm's BlockFi interest accounts. Even Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong had words to say about the SEC threatening to sue the NASDAQ-listed firm. Now, a published cease and desist order from New Jersey Bureau of Securities is targeting Celsius. Similar to BlockFi, the Celsius network says that it offers up to 13% APY on cryptocurrency assets. In quotes, put your crypto to work and earn on your coins, paid out every Monday, the web portal details. Similar to the complaints filed with BlockFi, Gerald and the New Jersey Board of Security say the order is to protect the investing public. Protect the investing public. Yeah. What does everyone think about that? Does anyone have any comments? Anyone? I think we all know the only people they're protecting here are the banks, and they're not protecting us. Okay, so also in other news, towards the end of the show, which is going to be shorter than normal today, again, because of our technical difficulties, if you're tuning in late, I do want to go over a security situation that seems pretty serious happening in NFTs right now. So we will touch base on that at the end of the show. We have another, I'm going to share my screen for this one because I realized after I'd already started speaking, I didn't for our last article. So I now have a new respect for Corey, who's reading all these articles every day while I just sit here and occasionally chime in. You do a great job, Corey. Okay, so here we have an article from cryptonews.com. The U.S. infrastructure bill may force crypto users to report USD $10,000 or more transactions. An amendment in the much discussed infrastructure bill passed by Senate last month could see a broad range of crypto users facing up to 5 years in prison for receiving digital assets. It's just getting more difficult by the day with what they're trying to do. Receiving up to 5 years in prison for receiving digital assets if it's not reported correctly, warned the Proof of Stake Alliance. The provision, which would apply to all citizens who receive any kind of digital asset, has so far escaped public or congressional scrutiny. The nonprofit organization aims to bring legal and regulatory clarity to the proof of stake industry. They argue that a statute creating felony crimes for digital asset users merits an open debate instead of being quietly included in a pending bill. The proposed amendment to Section 6050I states that In a broad range of scenarios, any person who receives over $10,000 in digital assets must verify the sender's personal information, including a social security number, and sign and submit a report to the government within 15 days. Failure to comply results in a mandatory fine and can be a felony up to 5 years in prison. The proposal relies on a law from, you guessed it, 1984. We didn't even have the internet in 1984. Some of you watching probably weren't even born in 1984. That was drafted to discourage in-person cash transfers and encourage the use of financial institutions for major transactions. But the provisions were relatively clear some 37 years ago, are difficult to apply to digital assets, causing compliance to be unduly burdensome. This is because any receipt can trigger the reporting requirement, and digital asset is defined broadly as any digital representation of value using distributed ledger technology, including NFTs. So we already now have to report if you deposit a check in your bank account, if you've ever noticed, and it's a large sum of money, you already have to wait an extra amount of time for that. If you do any transaction over $10,000 now, the way it stands with your bank, it instantly triggers some sort of paperwork or action. They notify the IRS. The government knows when you're moving $10,000 or more. This is just a complete overstep of privacy amongst about 10 other things. But I'm not here to give my opinion. I'm here to read the news. So I know that everyone watching feels the same way. It's getting more frustrating. So it is more important now than ever to interact with Fight for Your Future. Support them, donate to them, because they, they are our voices in Washington. They are going there to fight for us. And we need to do all we can. I just found out that my congressman, his name is Anthony Gonzalez. He represents the district that I live in. He fortunately supports crypto, but unfortunately will not be running this for another term after this one. So God only knows who's going to be elected in his place. I haven't heard anyone that has declared that they're going to be a candidate for that particular race. So I am pretty nervous about that. But we need to keep contacting our elected officials, keep the pressure on, and let them know that this is important to us. And elections have consequences. If they push all this regulatory nonsense on us, because we all know that crypto needs regulation, and most of us support that, but at this point, it's completely out of control, and it's doing nothing but hurting the industry. It's not supporting us. It's not protecting us. If anything, it's doing the exact opposite. So there is that Twitter account, Fight for Our Future, where if you don't know who your elected officials are, you can click through to their website, simply punch in your zip code, and they will let you know who all your reps are, and they will even help you craft a tweet and or email to those officials. They may even supply phone numbers if you feel comfortable calling. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know. That's about how I feel about that. Not great. We have another article from Bloomberg today. It's actually from Friday, late in the day. US's Binance probe expands to examine possible insider trading. Just need to share this with you guys. Here we go. All right. So again, this is from Bloomberg. U.S. investigations into Binance have expanded, with authorities now examining possible insider trading and market manipulation. The latest sign that scrutiny of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange is intensifying. As part of the inquiry, U.S. officials have been looking into whether Binance or its staff profited by taking advantage of its customers, said people with knowledge of the matter who asked not to be identified because the probe is confidential. The review involves the Commodity Futures Trading Commission investigators who in recent weeks have been reaching out to potential witnesses, one of the people said. Though it's not based in any one country, Binance runs a massive trading operation where every day clients buy and sell digital tokens worth tens of billions of dollars outside of the oversight of government watchdogs. That gives the exchange a view into millions of transactions, and U.S. authorities are questioning whether the firm exploited that access, including by trading on customer orders before executing them. In a statement, Binance spokesperson said the firm has zero tolerance policy for insider trading and a strict ethical code to prevent any misconduct that can hurt its customers or the industry. Binance's security team has long-standing guidelines for investigating wrongdoing and holding workers accountable, with termination being the minimal repercussion, the spokesperson added. So we know that they're really going through it lately, not just in the US, but in a lot of countries around the world. I actually saw today that Wall Street Bets Mod, I think that's a Twitter account, he had deposited $10,000 in ETH, and he's not been able to do anything with it for days with no word from Binance. So I think we know all of these exchanges, not just Binance, not just Coinbase, they need better customer service when users run into issues, because it's inevitable. Someone might be new, they might make a mistake, they just need someone to talk to about how to fix the situation, and there's no one there. There's no phone number, you can email, you wait days. I have made mistakes on an exchange before. It wasn't either of the two that I had just mentioned. I accidentally sent a crypto that needed a memo without the memo, and I lost $500. So that could be devastating to a person depending on your financial scenario or country that you live in. A little customer service would go a long way, I think. So hopefully they could get that figured out. And I thought that they said they were adding more staff. I'm not sure. I haven't seen any indication of that based on users on Twitter. Okay, so now we are going to talk about Jay-Z. Jay-Z, officially in my mind, the best Jay-Z album is the first album, Reasonable Doubt. And there was an NFT auction for Reasonable Doubt that got halted. And this is from the Hollywood Reporter. NFT auction of Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt album halted by judge. Rockefeller Records is suing its co-founder, Damon Dash, who claims it was planning to auction the rights. Rockefeller Records has convinced a New York federal judge Jay-Z's first album shouldn't be sold as an NFT, at least for the time being. The label sued its co-founder Damon Dash on June 18th, alleging he was trying to sell virtual ownership of the Reasonable Doubt copyrights. NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, are effectively digital data that represents tangible items. While Dash has disputed that he was trying to sell the rights in the album, according to the complaint, investor platform Superfarm made this announcement. Superfarm is proud to announce, in collaboration with Damon Dash, the auction of Damon's ownership of the copyright to Jay-Z's first album, Reasonable Doubt. This marks a new milestone in the history of NFTs, entitling the new owner to future revenue generated by the unique asset. An auction had been scheduled for June 23rd to 25th, according to the complaint, but it was canceled after Rockefeller sent a warning to Superfarm. The label was concerned Dash might still pursue a sale, so it asked the court to issue a temporary restraining order. During a Tuesday morning hearing, the U.S. District Court Judge John Cronin asked why monetary damages wouldn't suffice. The person representing the record company said a lot of this has to do with the uniqueness added to a unique industry. Dash and his lawyers didn't show up for the hearing, but they were served papers and had previously responded to a cease and desist. Dash's side also commented about the dispute in the media, where they said they really wanted to sell shares in Rockefeller. This is really going to be interesting to see how this develops because, well, first of all, this article is from June. Just seeing that now. But I think that things like this are going to be really interesting because you have Jay-Z investing in his own NFT music platform. You have Spotty Wi-Fi, who has released an entire album as NFT. You have other artists like Katy Perry are investing in platforms. You had, what is his name? Blau, the artist who is launching that platform that's going to give, if you hold his NFT, it's going to give you royalties to those particular songs or whatever NFT you have for whatever piece of music. I think that that's going to be really cool. And how are these musicians with masters? It's going to be very interesting. Like, I think that last year we had a situation where Taylor Swift was in jeopardy of losing all of her masters. So she just went and re-recorded everything herself. These artists, it's going to be really cool. I'm really excited about music and NFTs. So now I'm going to move along to some security situations. This is very important. Today, and unfortunately, I was having a conversation with another mod in our group, and I was sending him a text, like warning him, like, hey, if you see this in your OpenSea account, don't do anything with it. Don't touch it. Don't hide it. Don't sell it. Don't interact with it. Nothing. And, as I was waiting for him to respond, just for the heck of it, I thought I'd look at my OpenSea account. And what do you know? I have one. So basically, we all know the age-old dust attack that scams that we suffer from in crypto, where someone sends random coins to your wallet, you go to sell them, and then you end up getting your wallet wiped out. Something similar is rapidly developing in the NFT space. And I consider it very serious. So I would like to say now that if you receive any NFT that you do not recognize, like a lot of times projects that we're in, they have an airdrop for holding, but they announce that in advance. It's not just some surprise thing that shows up in your wallet. And it looks like Corey will be able to join us. Are you good, Corey? Oh, I don't know if she can hear me. She can add herself to the stream when it gets fixed. So I'm just going to read a tweet thread about the seriousness of what's happening here in the NFT space. And this is all like rapidly developing. Now, I think that there had been small cases here and there of similar type dust attacks happening in the NFT space. And then there were not everyone, but a lot of people, like I saw tens of thousands of them on OpenSea, had received some sort of Spookies comic book. No one knew what it was or how people got it. I got one of those as well. I didn't interact with it. I'm still not sure if it's safe or not. I just left it in my OpenSea account, and that was that. But now, whatever happened today that kicked off this news, someone must have had their wallet drained, but I haven't seen like the original tweet that has started things off. I haven't been able to locate that, but it's pretty serious. And it's not just things ending up in your wallet. It's also, if you receive, we all have NFTs. If you receive an email from OpenSea saying that you got X offer on whatever NFT that you have up for sale, please double, triple, quadruple check the email address that has sent that to you, because there are now spoof emails coming out from OpenSea and people are getting their accounts drained this way. It's very serious and it's happening to a number of people. So if you see an email like that, I wouldn't even click it. I wouldn't do anything. Just go into your OpenSea account and see if there have been any offers on things that you have for sale. Don't click through those emails. because sometimes these scammers are getting very creative and very good, and they can make things look very realistic. So we really have to be on our game. And when it comes to FOMO, again, I know if you see an asset really moving, an NFT moving, use that burner wallet. Don't just connect your main MetaMask to the Mint site, or if it's one of the free NFTs that you can mint directly from the contract, just use a burner wallet. You never know. It could be malicious code. And as soon as you interact with the malicious code in any way, it's possible that you will have your wallet drained. It's very concerning. And I don't want people to think like, oh, that's it, NFTs are over. That's not the case at all. We just need to be aware of the scams that are going on. So I'm going to read a thread from DCL Blogger. And he said, all right, scams are getting out of control in NFT land. Here's a short thread of the different scam types I've seen and some thoughts on keeping safe. Please correct and or add to these tweets if you see any that haven't been mentioned. First, let's go through different types of scams. The Discord DM. I'm actually going to share my screen for this. We all know the random DMs that you get in Discord. There are ways that you can avoid this. If you are not a mod and you connect to a new server, automatically go into the server settings and disable any DMs. So this way, no one can send you a DM from that server. I've gone and done that for every single server that I've joined except for ours, and it has drastically cut down on the amount of these scams that I've been getting sent. So yeah, I'm going to share this Twitter thread. Okay, so we all know they look like this here. And oftentimes they have bold and loads of emojis, check marks, alarms, all sorts of crazy things to attempt to get your attention. These are fake. These aren't legit. You didn't win anything. These projects will never DM you. If you connect to any of these things, you're in trouble. It's probably going to drain your wallet, or perhaps they could install like a keystroke logger on your computer. Just don't even look at the DMs unless it's from a friend. So, and even then, be careful. The dodgy brand email, this is what I had mentioned just before about offers from OpenSea. Please make sure that it is officially coming from OpenSea. And even if you're positive that it is, still don't click it. Just add that extra layer of security for yourself. Go onto OpenSea directly and then check to see if there's any offers there yourself. Here's another thing from Discord again. The time when a trusted friend messages you, or maybe a project admin asking for help. Most of the times it's not them. Excuse me, Maddie is DCL Blogger. And this H. Privicos, that is a friend of his. And this was not a legitimate conversation. He went on to explain that this was a scam and someone just impersonating him. Then the Twitter DMs. This is for artists and creators. If you get a DM from someone saying that they'll buy your art if you do X, don't trust them. Sometimes they ask for you to send them money or sign up somewhere. Don't do it. And then there's impersonators airdrops. In the below cases, verified accounts have been hacked and rebranded to impersonate popular personalities or projects. On first glance, it seems legit, but what's off? The handle, airdrop promotions, spelling. So we see things like this, like Gemini with the, I wonder if I can make this bigger for you to see. Yeah, Gemini with the verified check mark there, but Rochelle Dean is not Gemini. So we need to be very cautious on things like this. And then let's see, here's another one, Elon Musk with, again, a verified check mark, but this is not Elon Musk's account, and Elon Musk is never going to do this. These are all scams. And then we have paid ad scams in Google. So Google ads allow anyone to bypass rankings and appear number one in search results. This was actually happening yesterday with OpenSea, specifically on DuckDuckGo if you were on DuckDuckGo and you Googled OpenSea, the first result was a scam. It was not OpenSea. So in the below example, DeFi projects have paid ads phishing for user passkeys. So here we have balancerexchange.work. That's a scam. It is also an ad. Underneath, you'll see that the balancer. Just make sure that you're not clicking something that says ad. It's a little stressful trying to, here's another one from Compound. It's a little stressful trying to get into in your brain that there's so many scammers and there's so many things that you have to keep track of. But if you just bookmark a Twitter thread like this and refer back to it every now and again, and you make sure you stay on top of your security, you should be good. It's not like everyone's out there getting scammed every day, and no matter what you do every week, you're going to get scammed. I mean, sure, there may be someone that is that unlucky, but the odds are that's not going to happen. But you just need to be aware, get yourself a hardware wallet. Do not share your password. Do not share your private keys. Do not give anyone your seed phrase. Just do the best that you can out there. We are still so early, and these people, these scammers, they are relentless. So here we have fake NFT sellers. Probably we'll see a lot of this. People ripping others' art or NFT projects, getting a verified check somehow and selling them. There's already a fake MetaKey. MetaKey is DCL bloggers, NFT project, and Akira sellers. If it doesn't come from the brand or creator, it has no value. And oftentimes when a new project is minting and the artwork hasn't revealed yet, even if it has revealed, if you go on OpenSea and you're not clicking through and you use the search function, you can see there are a lot of fakes out there. So you do need to be careful. Always use the link from the project itself, whether that be Discord. And if you're in Discord, don't use a link from the general chat. Make sure you go through the announcements from the project itself. Only trust the links from the project. And then here's a situation where this poor guy had his account hacked. He was SIM swapped and email hacked. So they had his phone number to verify two-factor authentication, confirm transaction via email. Two-factor authentication via mobile phone number is a security risk. You can fix that by using something like Google Authenticator, or I think there's another one called Authy. And then YouTube channels that get hacked. I think that we've all seen these. Here's a picture of it. We all know what this looks like. It could be Elon Musk. It could be, I've seen one for Cardano. I've seen them for a lot. And I don't know how YouTube continues to let this go on, and they continue to let these streams. I don't know if they can fake live views, but sometimes I'll see them in my suggested videos. And I'm like 7,000 people watching it. I just think of, oh God, 7,000 people. I hope all these people aren't going to get scammed. So stay away from those. And then airdrops. 99% are scams or an attempt to get you to provide your keys, especially on Telegram. In this case, an account attempting to be Uniswap and promising another airdrop. It also has a ton of likes and appears third on Twitter search. So, yeah. Wow, 130,000 followers. This is just nuts. This is fake. The Uniswap airdrop is over. It was a one-time thing. And here's, if you search Uniswap, all the different fake profiles. I've seen Wendy O, Crypto Wendy O. Sometimes she'll type her name in the Twitter search, and there's like at least 10 fake profiles for her. This happens to a lot of these big influencers. This is why Twitter or Verified, I think Verified is its own standalone organization. They really need to help these larger accounts out and verify them so that these influencers can help their followers not get scammed. They can say all of the warnings that they want, but someone might be new and they might not know. They might not see that warning. And they might click on a fake link and we know where it goes from there. So, and then there's NFT projects that are selling garbage. Crypto celebrities raised $10 million selling images of fake people as NFTs, playing off the CryptoKitties hype where everything can be an NFT. The IPs matter unless you have the rights. You're probably going to get a cease and desist. This also happened with, as Corey has mentioned previously, the frogs. It was like the rare Pepes. I think it was called Sad Frogs District. We're going to find Cryptonairz mentioned last week that we're going to continue to see IP infringement and more of these projects getting cease and desist. So it's really important to do your research when you're looking at NFT projects to invest in. But we talk about that all the time. And here we have the Ledger database hack. One of the few hardware wallets where you can access your wallet without entering passkeys online. And if you are in our server and you have any questions, Draco, who's one of the mods in our Discord server, he has a lot of great information on this. So feel free to strike up a conversation with him in the general chat. Secure, but all customer details were dumped a while back on a forum. So now people are getting firmware updates, emails, and message links. If you had just purchased your ledger, this will not affect you. This is for people that have had ledgers for a while now. But it is a good reminder. Don't click on any links. Again, these scammers make these emails look so legit. So here's the information on the data breach. You just need to be really careful. And send me money and I'll invest for you. This is a scam that I see frequently on Facebook. I'm a member of a women's crypto group on Facebook, and I've seen at least 5 individuals get taken for a lot of money this way. Please, no one is going to invest for you if you send them money. Do not send anyone money. Do not send anyone crypto. Yeah, even Maddie fell for this like 2 to 3 years ago. I lost 1 ETH, but the guy kept going back and forth with me on the new ICO info, so I trusted him. Never heard back, and lesson learned. Let's see. AJ got hacked. Seems someone was able to do it through OpenSea. This is what I was talking about earlier. Seems someone was able to do it through OpenSea via sending some garbage NFTs. The industry is still investigating. I'd suggest keeping up with this thread. Okay, so maybe this is the original thread here. Just got hacked. Oh my gosh. He lost a Damien Hirst official, the currency, Shlom's shards, art block factory pieces. Oh, this is devastating. Probably the only mistake I did was moving the trash NFTs being sent to my account. I'm still trying to figure out what happened. Only 3 things I have done out of my usual things. Hiding one of the items, listing one of the items that just went through, and I very well remember accepting one of the bids, which I can't see neither on OpenSea or Etherscan. Also, Crypto Canna Club's Toker. In total, 9 FTs transferred to and the address. Also, bids accepted on Hearst, Ape Remix, Quadrums, and Weth transferred to the same wallet, and no ledgers. Bumped, but not going anywhere. Just be more careful. And then he goes on to show the transactions. He can't find the transaction for this item. Okay, so I said earlier in the stream that I had received a sketch NFT. Please, if you don't I would normally suggest just hiding them to get them out of your thread. Don't even do that until they figure out what happened here. Don't hide them. Don't send them to the OpenSea burn address. Don't accept offers on them, and don't put them up for sale. Just act as if it's not even there. Just don't touch it. It's so important. And I just want to make sure that I'm helping everyone try to stay on top of this issue. I've seen this coming up in at least 10 servers that I'm in, warning the communities. It's that serious. And then we have fake mints. Devs making it look like NFT influencers are minting NFTs, but in reality, it's not the case. They know many people watch wallets to see activity. The below thread by Vic, our Medikey dev, goes like this. You might be seeing a lot of FUD monsters being minted by Gary Vee, Pranksy, and Logan Paul. But these were the devs themselves sending it to these influencers. Do not fall for it. And then he goes through a breakdown of all the transactions. This here is Gary Vee's OpenSea. And then we have the same situation happening with Pranksy and Logan Paul. So we need to be careful here as well. And if you're going to one of these mint sites, again, use a burner wallet. Don't use your main wallet. And these are just some of the scams. But as Maddie said, they are creative as everyone else in this industry, and they keep finding new ways out to trick us. So we really have to be careful. Avoid anything that seems remotely off or out of the norm. Double check incoming DMs from friends. Make sure there's message history. Don't store or expose wallet keys on digital devices. And keep your long, HODL valuable assets, in a cold wallet. A wallet you don't regularly touch and have strong security measures around. The wallet you do use to interact and buy new NFTs with should have barely anything in it, like a burner wallet. That's why people have NFT vaults. Again, please feel free to add to this anytime. So if you follow Maddie and you've seen any other scams, feel free to add to this. This guy, Maddie, he's really nice. He does a live stream every day. Actually, right before this one, he's in Australia. So today's Monday. It's Tuesday morning there. So, but he's on 7 p.m. Eastern time. And he is an NFT guy. He's got a lot of great information that he's always talking about. So I just wanted to make sure that I went over that. It's so important. And Corey is saying here in the chat, OpenSea says do not interact with any airdrop NFTs, not even hide them, just ignore them. Yeah, pretty much what I just said. Don't do anything. Pretend that they're not even there. Like I have one that I'm very nervous about. Like it's giving me anxiety, but I'm just going to ignore it. Just like I've been ignoring that Spookies comic book NFT that was sent to me. I think that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago now at this point. Things move so fast in this space. So I think that that's really all of the information that I have. I had other stuff, but it's just not the same without Corey here and our back and forth. She will be joining us again tomorrow, and it is already after 9 o'clock. Today is my birthday, so I'm going to enjoy some sushi with my husband after I finish this, and I hope that everyone has a great night. Excuse me. And sorry that we were late today. Sorry for the shorter show, but everything will be back to normal tomorrow. And oh, Corey, you got a Spookies too? I think thousands of people got that one. So also just ignore that. I don't know what it is. There's unlockable content. That's another thing. That just reminded me. If you get an NFT and there's unlockable content and you didn't buy it, it's not from a friend, you don't know what it is, you have to connect your wallet to view. Even if you're already signed into your account, if you want to view that unlockable content, you have to sign a transaction. It's just a sign of permission. There's no charge or gas fee or anything for the unlockable content, but do not do it. Don't even do that. And get in a habit of, even though OpenSea is relatively trustworthy site, every night before you go to bed or every night after you use the site, disconnect your wallet from every exchange, DEX, OpenSea, whatever you're interacting with. Disconnect from everything before you go to bed. I know it's an extra step for you to have to sign back in and reconnect and everything, especially if you're trying to get something quickly, but better to be safe than sorry. So keep yourself disconnected from things. Okay, so I think that about wraps it up for today. I hope that everyone has a great evening, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye. Thanks for the birthday wishes, guys. Bye.